this is Rhonda with Asbury's Echoes, and welcome to my Flosstube. This, I think, is Flosstube number 5, and this is my trusty sidekick Drew over here. He decided he wants to sit beside me today instead of being behind the camera, so this is different for me because I can see myself. I'm not so sure I like being able to see myself, but it might be better to do it this way. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining and the sky is just blue. I've got clothes hanging out on the laundry. It's one of my favorite things to do through the summer and in the fall when I can, and the weather has cooperated, so that's been wonderful. I've been washing up a lot of quilts, hanging them up outside to dry, and they smell so much nicer, and it's so much better on my dryer than trying to throw them in the dryer. Later today, I think Drew and I are going to head out and try and find some juniper, find a juniper tree and get some juniper sprigs and juniper berries. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and came across the textilist. She had posted on Instagram that she had made some homemade cleaner using orange peels. She used orange peels, cloves, and vinegar. And I'm all about simplifying, and I'm all about homemade, and I had been wanting to make some cleaner using orange peel and vinegar and hadn't gotten around to it, and I saw that and I'm like, oh, perfect, I can throw some cloves in there and that will smell so wonderful. And then later in the day I was on YouTube and she had a YouTube or Flosstube short showing how she made her cleaner, and then she showed how she has started making some with the juniper and the berries, and I thought, well, geez, we can do that. There's juniper trees all over out here and they smell so good, and we're gonna give that a try next. We're gonna go out and hunt up some juniper sprig and berries and make our own homemade cleaner. See how it should smell like Christmas. That's what I'm hoping. It should smell really good. So that's our plans for the day. That, and Drew's going to be making a cake here when we get done. My mom's birthday's tomorrow and we're going out for supper with her and Dad, and Drew's going to make the birthday cake. So we'll have to take a picture. He's going to try and decorate a cake. He's never done that before.
I have to.
You have?
Yeah.
Not with the
Not
with the tips and all that stuff. So that ought to be fun. And let's see, where are we at here? I don't have a lot to share. It's been a week. Some weeks I think I might have a lot, and other weeks it might be a little difficult, but Drew really thinks we need to do it weekly, so we're going to try and do it weekly. First of all, I wanted to show, I started cross-stitching years ago. I don't know, I think I was maybe 10. I don't even remember how old I was, but my aunt taught me how to cross stitch, and I couldn't even tell you what it was that I stitched. Hey, go get that. Ziggy.
Ziggy.
Yeah.
Ziggy.
In those frames that I found yesterday.
What Ziggy?
It's on the table in there. You were looking at it. It opens up. Yes. Sorry about that.
I don't know what Ziggy is.
My aunt taught me to stitch a long time ago. Like I said, I think I was maybe 10. She's an artist. Pam is an absolutely wonderfully talented lady. She makes the most beautiful things. And once in a while, she gifts me with something. And this spring, or this summer, I guess it was, we had met my cousin and she had a gift for me from her mom. And she had drawn, she's very talented, she draws all the time. I think there might be a little bit of a glare. There we go. But she makes the most beautiful things. And she said she drew this last year and she just thought maybe I would enjoy it. She is just so right. I said, oh my goodness, Pam, I'm gonna find a frame and get it put up somewhere right away. It's just perfect. It's this little girl sitting outside in her field. It just looks like a field. I don't know. I don't really see any flowers, but there's a lot of grasses and there's a bird sitting beside her, and she's got her little basket, and she's stitching a sampler, and it's just perfect. Pam is just so talented. It's not even, I just can't even fathom being able to sit down and draw something like that. It's just, and I appreciate it so much. So I'm gonna have to find some place to put this, because how could I not? It's just a reminder of her, and she showed me how to do something that I absolutely love to do, and it's been something I've been able to do my whole entire life now. And thank you, Pam. I just love it, and I love you. So there's that. I just felt like I needed to share. As far as stitching, yeah, what Drew went, I've been doing some cleaning out. I was cleaned out my closet and working in my bedroom this past week and trying to get everything a little more organized, and got a lot to go to Goodwill. But I came across these, and I think it's just funny. I have no idea when I would have stitched those. I was young. I might have been in high school, I don't know. But I can't remember. Isn't he called Ziggy? Wasn't that Ziggy? It was just this funny looking little guy.
Is that a potato?
No, it's not a potato. It's a little man. No.
It's a potato with legs.
And this one says, sometimes I feel like life is a formal, and I showed up in jeans. That's definitely fitting for me. This one says, wish I could get a little ahead instead of a big behind. So way back when I stitched this, I'm not sure why I chose that one, but it fits today.
A potato.
This is old. I mean, the fabric, it is so tiny. Those stitches are so small. I don't think you can probably see them from here, but they are just tiny. I couldn't do that today. I don't think I could do that with a magnifying glass. Anyway, I just thought it was funny. I just wanted to share. Definitely not prim. Definitely dates me. But I have been stitching for a lot of years. Okay, so there was that. Just had to share. Then here we go. As far as my stitching the last week, I haven't done a lot. Let's see, this Saturday, yes, Saturday is Veterans Day. And my mom suggested that she thought I should have something patriotic, that I should design something patriotic, which is not something I had done yet, but she suggested it, and so I did, and this is what I came up with. God shed his grace on thee. Up a little further, is that better? Okay, well, I can't, there we go. God shed his grace on thee. I turned it into a pillow, and it's just backed with, I haven't finished it, but it's backed with just some homespun. That's what I use, pretty much my go-to for everything, because it's simple and it's primitive. But I thought that turned out really nice. It's got the flag and the little man and woman and the red and the white and the blue. And I liked it. I liked the way it came out. And it's in my Etsy shop, but I know not many are stitching patriotic right at this very moment in time, but it's there if anybody's interested. And then I did this one. I thought I was done Christmas with Christmas designing, but this just popped into my head, so I had to do it. Christmas blessings. The little girl and the reindeer. The little girl reminds me of my granddaughter. Her name's Bea. She's got a birthday coming up, same day as my mom's, tomorrow. She's yes, seriously.
I didn't know that.
So we'll be going to their house on Saturday. My grandson was born in November too, so my daughter, they celebrate their birthday party. They have their birthday party together the same day. So that's what we'll be doing on Saturday. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll be going to their house and eating lunch and having cake and ice cream and opening gifts, and we'll probably go out and visit their goats, and it should be a fun day. We do that. It's fun because she has a birthday party for both the kids, and all the grandparents come and aunts and uncles. Not that there's many, but we all get together and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, this is in my Etsy shop, Christmas Blessings. And what?
Towards the camera.
Oh, turn towards the camera. So that's that one. And then I do stitch these pillows. People will order. They'll ask me if I can make them for them. So I do that. Some, not a whole lot, but it keeps me busy along with my other stitching. But I had our dear Savior's birth stitched and I framed it. And I had somebody contact me and ask me if it could be turned into a pillow instead of framed. I had never even thought of doing that. But I told her, yeah, there's no reason why I couldn't do that. And lo and behold, I think it turned out so much nicer as a pillow than when I have it in a frame. I really like this. I really, really do. I was like, if I had only thought of that myself, I don't know why I thought to put it in a frame versus this. I don't have one in a frame because I took it out of the frame and turned it into a pillow for her, and then I'll have to stitch myself another one. But I will definitely be turning it into a pillow instead of framing it for myself. And that was just, sometimes I think that we get so stuck. We look at a pattern and we think, okay, this is the way it has to be. That's what the pattern says, or this is what I see in my mind, or oh, it looks good in this frame, we'll just frame it and let it go. And then somebody else will come along and say, hey, you know what, if you change that color there, or if you put that somewhere else instead of right in that spot, or instead of framing it, why don't you turn it into a pillow? And I tell you, I appreciate any and all suggestions, comments. Please, if anybody sees anything that they think could be done differently or should be done this way or that way, or if you do stitch something of mine, if you do stitch one of my designs, I would love to see it. I love to see how others make it their own and play with it, change things around. I just think that's the beauty of the stitching world. It's just, there's no right or wrong. There's no perfect black and white. It's whatever you like, whatever you think is the best. And no matter what you do, it always turns out perfect. It always looks beautiful. So anytime anybody has any suggestions for me, please throw them out there. And I think I have one more finish. I think I showed this frame last time, maybe. It was one we'd found at a garage sale. No, antique store. I don't know why I said garage sale. We haven't been to garage sales for a long time. Yeah, we don't. It was, I think, the antique store here in town. And I love the frame. I took out what was inside of it and just decided that, you know, I think it should be, the picture that was in it was this way. But I have a spot in my bedroom that is narrow and goes up and down, and this would be perfect. It just fits in that spot.
Yes.
And so I turned it into just a very simple little band sampler.
Is it the one with the owls with boots?
Owls with boots. Yes, Drew thinks that my owls have boots.
They do.
Those are not boots, those are their
Those
their
are
feet.
boots.
No, but those, maybe I should call it Owls and Boots sampler.
Boots. They're boots.
They're not boots, they're feet. But anyway, this is not in my Etsy shop. It will be at some point. I hope sooner than later, we'll see. But it was just fun. It was a fun little stitch. It doesn't take any time at all. I don't normally have reds hanging around in my house, but I just...
Or owls with boots.
This just, I don't know, that's it. I go, just a little band sampler. Just simple, quick, prim. Fits in this little frame, perfect. So now I have to look out for some more old frames like this that I can just come up with something to put in. See what I can find. I don't like to spend a lot of money on frames. I like to find old ones, and it's getting harder and harder to find them when they're not an exorbitant amount of money.
Thrift stores.
So that, yeah, thrift stores, Drew said. Thrift stores are good. That is all I have for fully finished. I do have one project that I have been stitching on, and it feels like it's taking me forever. I'm a monogamous stitcher, but usually I can get through a project pretty quickly, but this one, I feel like I've been showing it forever. I really haven't, but it's a Blackwater Hollow sampler by Stacy Nash. And this is what it looks like. I printed this one off. My printer needs ink, so it's not the best, but that's what it is. And this is where I'm at. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not sure how much I had done last week. I know I had the pot, the bird. I'm not sure if I had the keys or not. I had the scissors. I know I had the fence along the bottom, and I think I had a little bit, maybe a little bit up here, and I had started a little bit of the vine.
You had the flowers in the pot.
Yeah, and I had the pot and the flowers done last time. I thought the pot took a long time. The pot was nothing. There's something about stitching the vines. I think they're beautiful and I love them in a finished project. I do not like stitching vines. I don't know what it is. I think I have to count too much. I don't know what it is. It's not because I really had to do much frogging. I really didn't. I think I just had to do too much counting. I don't know if I just don't like doing all the counting, but it's beautiful. I love the way it looks. And so, as a reward, I finished up. I finished up this morning. I got completely finished with the vines. Finished up all of the ginger. I think it's called ginger snap. The flowers on the top and in the vines this morning. All I have left is to fill in that right there, and then, as a reward, I am going to stitch the horse. I don't know, does anybody else do that? When there's something I just really am not enjoying and don't like stitching, I tend to just plug away at it till I get it done. I just want it done so I don't have to keep worrying about it. I don't have to keep working on it. And then there's always something in that project. There's something that you can't wait to stitch. And it's the horse this time for me. I just can't wait to stitch that horse. He's gonna go right here, and I'll be stitching him tonight.
The horse looks like this one.
And I think he's just cute. I just can't wait to get that horse stitched in there. And that will be my reward for getting through all these vines. But I will keep stitching away. I might even have this done by next week. It depends on how many designs I end up popping out of my head. I don't know. I have stitched this 1/2. It's 1/2. It's the called for colors. And I know it's a different linen. It calls for 30 count weeks dye works. I know it's 30 count. I'm not sure what. I don't remember what linen. I think I said last week.
White mocha.
No, it's not the Vintage Country Mocha. You've heard me say that a time or two, haven't you? No, it's not that. But anyway, I am a monogamous stitcher for the most part. So this is the one and only thing right now I'm working on. And hopefully I can have it done next week. I do have one big project that I wanted to share, because I think if I share it with you guys, I will finish it. And it's kind of embarrassing to even show what I have done, but a few years ago I sat down and went through all of my DMC, and I tell you, I've got a lot of DMC. And I put everything on bobbins, not everything. I have like duplicates, triplicates, some of them I have, I don't know how many of the same. But I put them all on bobbins. I put them all in these plastic storage containers. I can grab them and go Like when we go camping, it's wonderful because I've got every color I could possibly need in 3 containers, 3 plastic containers, and I just grab them all. Like if we're going on a long, week-long camping trip, I grab floss, I grab some linen, I grab the project I'm working on, I'll grab 2 or 3 different patterns that I know I want to start. So if I get one done, I can start another one, and it's all ready. But then I have all these fancy flosses. And I am pretty much always a DMC person, I thought, until I really paid attention to how much fancy floss I have. And I think the reason why is because I've met this wonderful person through Facebook, and she's a cross stitcher, and we've gotten to be really good friends. And she was working on a project, and she had been using some older, I think it was Weeks Dye Works, I can't remember. But she started the project, and she had started using, I think it was an older floss, and she ran out, and she was needing more, and she could not find anything that was even closely the same dye lot. And she asked me if I would happen to have anything, because she knows I have so much. I felt horrible because here I have all these, but they are so disorganized. I think I found like 3 of them. I sent them to her, and she was able to use 1 of the 3. I think, but it was just kind of like a kick in the behind to get busy. So I'm embarrassed to show this, but this is how I have kept all of my fancy flosses for a long, long, long time. Isn't that awful? It's awful. I have so many, and let me tell you, I have already started organizing them. They are just stuffed in there. Some of these are old. Some of these still have price tags on them, and they're like, some were even $1. Some of them were like $1.90 or $1.60. That's cheap. Yes, today they're not quite that cheap. So what I would do is I would do a project that called for these once in a blue moon. And then I didn't know, I just never took the time. I just stuck them in here. Oops, sorry. And then I would do another project, and I just stuck them in here because I didn't have any form of organization for them. Yeah, that's been like that. And after so many years, I ended up with this. And then it got to the point where I decided to do a project, and it called for some of these, and well, if I couldn't find them right on top, I would just order more. And that is not right. I should not be doing that. So I have started organizing these, and this is my Sunday afternoon project until I get it done. And since I'm sharing it with you, I have to get it done, right? I did a lot of research. I looked and looked to see what kind of storage systems there were, what people were doing. I like to keep things simple. I like to keep things, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I know some people have like the big rings that they keep them on, but I wanted something that, well, obviously I have way too many for that. And besides that, I wanted to be able to keep them in something so that they were away from the sun. Okay, we're back. We had some technical difficulties there. Apparently my phone was too full. You okay? My phone was too full, so we had to get rid of a few things that did not need to be on there. And I have to go try and remember where it was. So I was doing some research to try and figure out what I thought would work best for me to organize all these flosses. And I knew I didn't want the rings. I have seen a lot of people use like the little plastic bags, and I like that idea. I liked being able to see the color, see it in there, but I really needed something that I could keep standing upright that wouldn't flop over, so that I could keep them in alphabetical order. And I found a lady who had been using these CD and DVD sleeves. I found these were on Amazon, and they're cheap. They come, I think, 100 to a box, and I went through one box very quickly. So I'm on my second box. But they work great for me. I just write the name of the floss, and then down here I've got CC for Classic Colorworks, and then or Classic Colors or Crescent Colors, and then I also have the Gentle Art, and I have the Weeks Dye Works. And so I just put that down here. So then when I go to, after I pull these, when I go to put them away, I'm going to try and have 3 different storage containers for each one, for each individual one, and I'll know where to put it back. But I'll just pull it out, pull my floss out. They open up very easily. Pull my floss out, put it on my little ring, because I do keep the floss I'm working on for a project. I keep it all on a ring. And then when I'm done, hopefully, I will take them off the ring, bring them over, put them back in their little folders or sleeves, and then put them away. We'll see how that works. I'm not always the best at keeping things organized. I can get them organized, but keeping them that way is another story for me. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to have to be on the lookout for some sort of storage to put these in. I'd like to find maybe some old prim wooden boxes or baskets or something that I can keep them in. But that is, that's going to be my Sunday project. That's what I'm going to be trying to get done, and hopefully I can get that done sooner rather than later, because I need to be able to use these and not just stuff them away and get more every time I need them. That's just not the way I want to do things. Oh, and the other thing I did then is I have got my list of the flosses for each individual company, and then I'm highlighting what I have so that I can pull this out, look and see if I have it. And then if I do, I will just go and pull out the coordinating sleeve and pull my floss that way. Hopefully I like that. We'll see. So that is my plan. That's my plan, my work in progress and my thread. Those are the 2 things I plan on working on this week. I did watch a couple of new Flosstubes. I mentioned the Textilist with the cleaners, and I'd like to sit and watch some of hers as far as her stitching. I haven't done that yet. But there were a couple new ones I watched, and one was Flossie Sews and Grows, and she was a hoot. I enjoyed her. She was fun to watch. She had been to a retreat. I don't remember what it was called, the London Stitchers or something to that effect, but I'm not sure what it was called. But she is turning 50, and I saw 50 a while ago. I would never do this. This just, it just floors me. But her and a friend are turning 50, and so in 2024, they are going to start 50 projects. The idea of that is mind-blowing to me. I can't imagine. But I do look forward to watching her. I think it'll be fun to watch her on this journey of starting 50 projects. I have to start one and I have to finish it. I just can't. I can't imagine having 3 or 4 works in progress, and she's going to have 50. And she is so fun to watch, and so I'm looking forward to following along her journey as she starts this. I just can't imagine staying that organized. That alone is not something I could ever do. So I watched her, and the other one I watched yesterday while I was cleaning my bedroom, I watched Annie with the Proper Stitcher, and she had some tutorials that I was watching. That's not good. I shouldn't be watching tutorials, because when I watch tutorials, then it's something that I think, oh, I need to do that too. So I watched one of her tutorials on making scissor fobs. And now I'm intrigued because I think I need to be making some scissor fobs. I don't know why. I don't have a lot of works in progress. I really only need one pair of scissors.
I want to make one.
So I really only need one scissor fob, right? And I only need one needle minder. And I only need one of all these things, but I have made needle minders, and I have bought needle minders, so I have quite a few. And I do have scissor fobs. Yes, that's one. I'm not sure where that one came from. But hers were beaded. They had it was longer and had some pretty beads and some pretty charms, and very simple to do. And so that might be my next endeavor on top of all of my stitching. I'm going to try and make some scissor fobs, thanks to Annie with the proper stitcher. And the other thing, I guess I do have one other plan. It's not stitchy related, but once in a while I like to do paper crafts, and I found a pattern I forgot that I had on. It's on my computer, and it's some paper turkeys. So maybe next week, maybe I'll have a banner or something hanging from my shelf back there with some turkeys for Thanksgiving. We'll see. But that, I think, is all I have. And Drew had something he wants to show. So here we go.
I've been kind of lazy. They made one thing. I've got 7 cats. I've got a couple of calicos. I've got one black, and the rest are gray. I've kind of tried to make them to resemble mine. So I got 3 calicos and one gray one. I got 2 black ones, I guess. But I wanted to show that they're not inside. They're outside.
Yes, let's verify. I don't have 7 cats in my house.
They're outside.
They are outside.
They've got a shed. It's cool in the summer and it's warm in the winter. So
yes, last spring Drew decided that we have a crib out there. We have sheds. We have all kinds of places with bedding and where the cats can curl up. They have fresh water every day. We feed them. But Drew decided he wanted a cat shed. So he went out and started building a cat shed on his own. His dad caught wind of what he was doing and stepped in, and lo and behold,
made it fancy.
They have one fancy cat shed, let me tell you. Those cats are they're going to be happy this winter. You've already got bedding in there. He's got toys, cat climbing shells, carpet. They're happy cats. Now he needs to learn to cross stitch so he can actually stitch.
That's your job.
Stitch his designs. Okay.
Your job.
So, is that all you had to show today?
That's all I have to show.
All right, that's all. Thank you for watching. Please comment below. We love to see the comments. I hope I catch them all. I hope I respond to all of them. I try. Love hearing the comments about Drew. This is fun. We're enjoying it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.